What's up, y'all? My name is Marion and welcome to a new video. Now I'm excited for this one because y'all saw that. We finally got some new upgrades for the home gym, but we're going to talk about those upgrades in a later portion of the video. But on top of the new equipment, we actually are running the second block of this program, so it's going to be more strength focus, which is perfect because again we're getting all the new upgrades for the gym, so it lines up perfectly with this new block and it's going to be really beneficial for our training. Oh, and I totally forgot to state what day it is today. It's going to be week 6, day 2 of the program. The main lift is going to be for bench, but then we do have deadlifts as well, pause deadlifts to be exact, but this time we're going to be able to wear a belt, but we're going to have to do a full reset with our deadlifts. And since we hit week 6 of the program, we actually only have like 7 weeks out until the meet. And watching back all the videos, I noticed I didn't really explain my goals or what I want to accomplish for this meet. So after we get done with the workout, I'm going to be explaining what my goals actually are. But since this is my first meet, my expectations isn't too high. All right, so we're actually going to go ahead, start the workout, hit it with the vlog style, and get ready for our main lifts. All right, so we are working up to that heavy single right now. We got our dynamic stretches in, doing the warm-up sets right now, and we also got the pre-workout in, and check this out, y'all. Finally got the new pre-workout in because last workout, I remember saying we only had 1 serving left, but it was right on cue because that was the last day for the week, so perfect timing here. And we got pink lemonade. I don't know if y'all could read that yet. This is a new flavor I'm trying out. Last time we had, bam, strawberry kiwi, but look at that, they actually changed the packaging on this. This is the older design, this is the newer one. I actually like the newer design just because it looks a little bit more, looks cleaner. I don't know. But in terms of which flavor I like, I'd probably have to go with the strawberry kiwi. This is a little bit more sweeter. This one's, I wouldn't say bitter, probably sour, tangy, not really my thing. I mean, I don't really like lemonade to begin with, but just wanted to try something new. And since we are starting the strength block, I am gonna up the weight a little bit for that heavy single. I'm gonna try to go for 210 or 215. RP 7 or 8 is the goal, but we'll check it out. Okay, so we kind of did it. 215 for a heavy single. It moved. I don't know if it moved well, but it for sure moved. But I am trying something new. I don't know if you guys saw it in the clip, but coach did say that I could probably get my chest up a little bit higher before setting up. So what I'm doing now is unracking before I plant my booty down, just so I can wedge myself a little bit better. And that's actually why we got this upgrade right over here. Bad angle, but y'all could check it out, check it out. Check what brand it is. It's Rep. It is a competition bench because the bench we had before was one of those cheap Walmart ones. It was flimsy, it was rattling every time I tried to set up, and I just didn't feel comfortable. But for this one, I felt like I'm able to wedge myself a little bit better, just because knowing that it is sturdy, it just gives me that peace of mind. But overall, that single could have moved better. I am still playing around with, like, you know, where to place the bench in relation to the bar and the squat rack. And yeah, just a lot of minor things I gotta work on. But we still have that working set of a 3x6. I wanna say I'm gonna try to stick with 175 to be conservative again, but I mean, if you guys saw my IG post, I did mention that I am undershooting a lot. So I'm gonna try 180 for the first set, and if that one moves well, then we'll keep it at that way. If not, then we'll drop it down 175.
Shit, Jacob.
And that, y'all, was the working set. And if you guys could see the weight, I can't really get it from this angle, but we did keep it at 180 pounds for all 3 sets. And honestly, let me tell y'all, that moved better than the heavy single. And it's funny too because right before this I was saying how I'm trying a new setup, you know, trying to unrack the bar before I plant my butt down, but I did switch it up. I went to my original setup where I kind of I set up then unrack, and I think I'm a little bit more stable that way. It could be just because I'm used to it, but that is something I do want to mention was feet placement, because with my old bench, let me show y'all. So you can see how with the old bench there's like 4 feet, and this does get in the way when you're trying to set up your feet, but this one over here is a single post, kind of like a tripod, so there's only 3. And this does give you the freedom to put your feet wherever. So that's probably why I felt a little bit more stable on this one, just because I was playing with my foot placement too. But maybe next time around I will try to play around with my setup, because I mean, trying something new for a heavy single is yeah, probably not the smartest idea, but that set did move well. Okay, since we are on the topic of this newer bench, let me tell y'all the differences between this and the older bench we used to have. So this older bench was capped literally, but it was only like 50 bucks at Walmart, and you do get what you pay for because this one new is around like $250, I believe. I did buy it used on Facebook Marketplace, so we did get a discount on it. But yo, after using this bench, probably will never be able to go back to this, because with a competition bench there are some differences, and especially if you're competing. The height of the bench is 17 inches, which is what you're going to be competing with, so it does get you familiar with the height. And the cap bench sat a little bit higher, I'm not too sure, but that's one thing to know. And on top of that, the thickness of the bench pad itself is, look at this, I don't know how many inches exactly, but you can tell by the padding, like this is like literally only half. And the vinyl they use for the bench itself, there's a lot more grip on this one versus this one. This is a little bit more slippery now that I've used competition bench. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I did opt for the wider pad. So this measures 14 inches across. They do have a narrow one that's 12 inches. But honestly, I just went with a wider one just because with the older bench I had, I did feel my shoulder blades hanging off, and that was probably why I couldn't set up properly either. So yeah, I just wanted to stay safe and go with the wider one. And another notable difference between the two benches is the weight. Because obviously if it weighs heavier, it's gonna feel more sturdier. And this one right here, I think, I don't know exactly, but it does look it. I'm actually pulling on it and this bench is not moving. This one right here, you can literally lift up with just one hand. So that's why this one be feeling all flimsy. But yeah, this bench right here is probably one of the better upgrades we've gotten for the home gym setup. All right, and since we're talking about upgrades, I don't know if y'all noticed, but the new belt actually came in. If y'all remember last time, I had the RDX belt. This is Pioneer, you could see, well, actually it doesn't say the whole name, but yes, it finally came in. It took about like 2 months to get here. We bought it back in like either late January or beginning of February. And let me take it off actually. And here it is, Pioneer. So this belt is actually customizable as well. Like you can see the suede inside is blue. You can change the color on that. And you can go with a different lever. This one is the adjustable one that I've been having for a minute. This one came in before the belt. And you can actually add a logo or an emblem onto it. So I mean, if you're into that, I don't really have a logo that I want to put on here. So yeah, maybe in the future I might buy a new one of these. The lever comes in 2 different colors. It's like satin nickel and then a matte black one. And the reason why I opted for the nickel one is just because I feel like matte black is gonna scratch a lot. Quality on this versus the old belt is like, I swear, it's night and day. Let me go get the older belt. All right, so here's the older belt, and look at this. Look how flimsy it is. When you get a leather belt like this, it's like you can just see the difference in it when you just hold it up. Now, it could be because this one hasn't been broken in yet. And that was another thing I wanted to note too with when you buy a new belt that's of higher quality, there is gonna be an adjustment period where you do have to break it in. And funny story, because when I got the belt, it was on one of my rest days. And I was like, you know what? I really wanted to break it in because I know that these take a while, probably like a week to break in. And honestly, like even when I'm wearing it now after like breaking it in a little bit, it's like I'm getting a little bit sore around my ribs because that's how rigid these are. All right, that's a little bit off tangent, but back to the story. When we got the belt, it was actually on one of my rest days, and I was just like, you know what? I really want to just break it in. So I ended up wearing it to work under my jacket, and I wore it on the commute there. So that was like 30 minutes of wear. I mean, actually the commute front and back is like an hour. So that was 1 hour of wear. So even then, it wasn't enough because it still hurts when I'm wearing it while I'm lifting. And continuing off with the small little upgrades we've been getting for the gym, we actually got new collars as well. This is from Rogue. It's their Uso collars, I believe. This is actually the magnetic one, so you can see here. I mean, the ones I had before was like plastic collars. They worked for a little bit. The reason why I got these ones is solely because of this purpose. Magnetic. Because I know for some of y'all people who work out in your home gym, when you're just like unracking your weights and you just throw the collars off to the side, it's like sometimes you just forget where you put it. So having these being magnetic is going to be useful. Just like, you look how easy it is. Just put it on your rack, forget about it, and yeah, probably not going to get misplaced anymore. Okay, so enough talking. We still have a couple more movements to hit. We actually have deadlifts still, pause deadlifts, but this time around, since it is a strength block, we could wear our belts, but the only thing with this is it's gonna be full resets. AKA after every rep, you're gonna have to reset your whole setup. After the deadlifts, we got accessories after. So yeah, let's just hit it with the deadlifts now. Alright, y'all, I'm
tired after that one. Even though I was able to wear a belt, I thought that was gonna give me like some more confidence, just because like in the previous pause deadlift sessions, no belt. So I was like, all right, this time around, we're gonna get this easy. And I actually kept the weight low. We did, do the math. Yeah, I think we did 260 for a 3x5 full reset pause deadlifts. And I'm tired. So that's about it for the main movements. So we still have accessories to do. So we're gonna hit it with a recap at the other angle. So let's get it.
Alright, so the first accessory we hit was pen lay rows, but I do have some constraints on equipment. The plates that I use are actually smaller than your typical Olympic plate, so the range of motion for me to do pen lay rows off the floor is kind of off. So instead we opted for more of a rack pull that's more explosive. And I actually did experiment beforehand with trap bar pen lay rows, but even then it does feel kind of awkward because your hand placement isn't really the greatest. But yeah, we hit a couple sets of that, and then right after that we did flat bench dumbbell rows. Okay, we're not hitting rows, we're hitting dumbbell bench presses. But honestly, it's been a minute since I did this movement. Throughout working at home, I actually didn't have the proper weight or dumbbells to do it. But since we got these adjustable dumbbells now, it was my first time using it. But even then, since I haven't done the movement in a minute, I'm not used to it. So reviewing the footage, I was kind of shaky. And after that, we had pull-ups, and just like my dumbbell bench press, I haven't been really doing a lot of pull-ups. Usually for the previous block, I would opt for lat pull-downs, but I never opted for pull-ups, so this was my first time doing it in a while. On top of that, the program called for it to be weighted preferably, but I mean, I only got like 6 to 8 reps in and I could barely do those, so yeah, I had to stick with body weight. And the last couple accessories we had was the classic face pulls, good for the real delts, and then we actually hit some lateral raises for the side delts as well. All right, so now we got the accessories out of the way. Let's go on to the more important matters, like my goals for this meet. And to make it quick and simple, all I really want is to go 9 for 9 for my lifts, aka a perfect meet. Now in terms of numbers I want to hit, I don't really care since my main goal is to go 9 for 9. So even if it means doing an opener of like 80% of my 1 rep max, I don't really care. I just want to get all white lights. And yeah, I actually don't think I said what weight class I signed up for. So for me, it was either 75 kilograms or 82.5, I believe. Converted to pounds, it's gonna be 165 pounds versus 181 pounds. I ended up signing up for the 181 pounds just because my natural body weight is around 165 to 170. That does mean I would have to go in a slight deficit if I do want to make weight. And I actually prefer that just because the difference in weight is drastic. You know, that means if I'm signing up for the one we signed up for now, 181s, that means I'd have to pack on at least like 10 to 15 pounds. But this ain't no MMA fight, so it's actually more beneficial for you to go up a weight class and just put on as much mass as you could. But since we are around like a month and a half out, I am going to try to hit 175, which is 10 pounds, but that means I do have to go in a calorie surplus, which is difficult because eating more food equals spending more money, and your boy broke out here. But yeah, that's pretty much my goals for the meet. If I am able to hit 9 for 9, then mission accomplished. And I think I covered all the topics I wanted to for this video, so I think that about does it for this one, y'all. Again, I'm trying to hit 1 video a week, but editing takes a while, so there might be some gaps here and there. But until the next one, y'all, I'll be seeing y'all then. Peace. Okay, no, JK, not dumbbell rows, but dumbbell bench press.